Game number 2 of 2, Jersey Shore Basketball League, the JSBL, the semifinal round. We've already had one team punch their ticket into the finals on Thursday. That was Orthopedic Institute of Central Jersey. They knocked off Stearns Trailer 104-98. That was the 2 versus the 3. The 3 seed has advanced. RKE Athletics set to take on number 1 Larson Ford. RKE will try and do what Orthopedic Institute did. That was pull off a little bit of an upset and make their way into the final. Alongside Greg Kubalko, I'm Matt Harmon. You're watching this game at shoresportsnetwork.com. We are happy to be here for this one. Both teams are in varying shades of blue, and we are now up, off, and going. And a quick early lead for RKE Athletic who is in the darker of the blue jerseys. Larson Ford in the sky blue, we'll call it.
Tyrone O'Gara, former Monmouth and FDU player, scoring the open bucket on an assist from Gage Day.
Quickly back the other way is Neville Joseph. Larson Ford during the course of the year, 8-2. Best team in the regular season. Joseph gets back the miss. Another opportunity. That one is blocked inside by Justin Leith. First foul will come on RKE.
Sam Toney, number 10, and Neville Joseph, number 21. Both players, NJCU players, 2 of the better scorers in the league, have really led Larson most of the season. So watch out for them.
These teams split during the course of the regular year. July 5th, Larson 112-104 winner. RKE last week, 103-101 winner.
It's Mason Jones with the basketball.
A lot of dribbling, good defense with the shot clock down to 7. Nick Davidson's long distance 3 is off the mark. Contact down inside on Day, but no whistle. 2-2 early going.
And number 1 with the basketball, Jesse Jones, is quite a scorer. Probably the most dangerous player on the floor for the Fordmen.
Jones during the course of the year averaged 22 a game here in the JSBL. Sam Toney with the rebound. 4-2 advantage right now for Larson Ford.
Yeah, RKE dug themselves into a 22 to 24 point hole last night and had to really rally to come back against Seaview Jeep. But Larson is a different animal, to say the least. Much more physical team. And they'll have their work cut out if they fall behind like that again tonight.
O'Gara's fouled. Fair to say that what we saw in the first game with Orthopedic Institute of Central Jersey knocking off Stearns Trailer, Stearns the more veteran team, Ortho the younger team. In this case, you've got kind of a mix. You've got 2 really kind of veteran-laden teams.
Absolutely. A lot of the Larson group have been playing together for years. And again, the RKE team, a lot of these guys have been playing together for years. Again, Gage Day, number 10, and number 32, Nick Davidson, both went to Bloomfield together, had 2 terrific college careers there.
Kareem Collins bringing it up court. Jones's 3 off the mark.
Gage Day with the basketball there, the number 2 scorer in the JSBL, was the league leader till the very last night of the regular season when Justin Robinson took away the scoring title from him.
Both of those guys, Robinson and Day, each played 8 games, 8 of the 10 during the regular season. Kick out 3 is up and good for Sam Toney. 7-6 right now, Larson.
Both regular season matchups between these two teams are very physical affairs. Don't think what's going to change tonight.
6:49 remaining in the first quarter.
Mason Jones off the mark.
We saw things completely change in game number one. Despite a big lead from Stearns, they let it slip away.
No lead is safe in this building, in this league.
Jones on the drive was fouled.
Our officials for tonight's game, we have Ted Widgeon, Mike Fogarty, number 99, and number 44 is Mike Bobiak, who is the dean and assigner of the JSBL officials. Been that for quite a term here.
3 off the mark from RKE. Pop back up, grab by Leaf. Driving runner by Day is good. Head coach for RKE is Sean Gallagher. The head coach for Larson Ford, Charlie Brown. This is O'Garo. Davidson gives up the 3 and then gets fouled. Be non-shooting. Bumped by Ish Raymond. (8-7) RKE with the lead right now. 5:42 remaining in the first quarter. Come over and clean up where that foul just took place.
Got to keep that floor dry. Don't want anybody turning this place into an ice skating rink. Matt, you're going to see very physical defense from the Larson Ford team.
Leaf putting it on the deck. Got the runner to go. Gives RKE what's their biggest lead. Still early in this one, not quite at the midpoint. Off a takeaway. Jones back the other direction. Lost it on the way up. Jesse Jones right down the lane for another bucket.
I know we talked about it a little last game. RKE, one of the highest scoring teams in the league, also leads the league in turnovers.
Sometimes the two go hand in hand. Score a lot of points, give it away, as Nick Davidson gets the bucket inside.
Again, RKE, a lot of players can score, but a lot of combo guards. Again, there's actually no true point guard on the floor for either team. They all are kind of do-it-all type players.
3 on the way by Jones is good.
Mason Jones, ex-Brookdale Community College player.
4:25 remaining in this opening quarter. RKE out to now a 6-point advantage.
And Sam Toney, I guess, back-gauge Day down and drew the foul.
Larson's got to have a guy go down along the lane.
Now, pro rules require no team can have more than 3, but the shooting team has to have 2 on the block there. So what you see is what they need to do every free throw that's shot.
2 of 2 from the line for Sam Toney. Day. Ball gets deflected out. Leaf's 3 is off the mark. Jones back to work quickly, and he's filling it up early on for Larson Ford.
And Jones can do that. Beautiful pass.
O'Gara with a two-hand throwdown. That off the nice find from Day. .340 and rolling in this first. Jones's three that time, too much. In transition, Jones has it. It's Mason Jones for RKE.
Off balance jumper there, off the mark.
Kareem Collins running through traffic. We've got an illegal screen set on Al Youssef. Will be his first and the team's fourth.
Last game started with a bang. This one here is starting slow and steady. I think we were tied at 16 before Stearns went on a big 16-0 run here. 3:15 to go in the quarter, 3-point game. Both teams kind of pecking away to see what's open and what's not.
Day waiting for some help. O'Gara trying to give it to Davidson running through.
Pass off the mark.
Isaiah Morton quickly up court.
And that's who you want to find on the wing.
It's Jesse Jones, who's had the hot hand in this first quarter for Larson Ford. Ties it at 17.
Larson, a very veteran team that you'll always see them make that extra pass, and they did on that last possession.
At least three. O'Gara right there. Nobody blocked him out. That was an easy putback for Tyrone O'Gara.
Again, Larson playing pretty much almost a four-guard lineup out there. A little bit more size. A little bit more size for RKE. And they're taking advantage of it inside.
Jones will get credited with that basket after goaltending on RKE. 19 aside we sit right now. Day bringing it up court.
That was quite a Euro step.
A Euro step and then some. 21-19, RKE leads. 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Jerome Morris, Jermaine Morris grabs the loose ball for RKE. O'Gara's three, too much. Leaf. Ball will be given to Larson Ford. What you'd expect so far in this first quarter between these two teams?
Well, again, both games are close. Actually, RKE had the lead the first time around in the fourth quarter. Led most of the way before Larson beat him, and then the second time around it was Larson with the early lead, and RKE came back to beat him by 2 in the rematch. So odds are this one's going to go down to the last couple of minutes, and again, that's that long pass that it's tough to complete in the small gym. And
Day got it, the 3 and 1.
Gage Day was, I believe, the leading scorer in the JSBL last year, and he was away for the playoff games, and his team was knocked out early in the playoffs, where this year, actually Seaview knocked them out last year. This year, he's around. He's only 6'2", but he averages just under 10 rebounds a game, and can hit the 3, but also finds a way to score going to the basket. So he'll be north of 30 before the night's over.
Completes the 4-point play to make it 25-19. Jones. Oh, that is nasty stuff out of Jesse Jones.
And NBA distance. A lot of times you want to push guys off the line. He's 5-6 feet behind it and doesn't have a problem as Day shoots the turnaround.
Jones grabs the rebound. Nice little feed and finish. Jermaine Morris. One-point game right now, late first quarter. Quickly back the other way.
Damon Garrett.
Garrett from Morris Community College.
I'd keep the ball in Jesse's hands a little bit.
12 seconds remaining. That time he was going too fast for his own good, lost it.
So with 11.7 to go, RKE can hold for the final shot of the quarter.
Day will bring it up court against Morton. 3 seconds. Inside, and RKE doesn't get a shot off. End of the first quarter. It is RKE 28, Larson Ford 24. Take a quick timeout. We'll be back for the start of quarter number 2 right after this at ShoreSportsNetwork.com. Tonight's game is presented by Patriot Mortgage, the official sponsor of the JSBL. If you have dreams, they have solutions, as Patriot Mortgage is committed to offering only the highest quality professional service to their mortgage clients, realtors, and associates. Visit PatriotMortgage4U.com. That is the number 4 and the letter U. PatriotMortgage4U.com. Alongside Greg Kupalko, I'm Matt Harmon. It is RKE Athletic doing battle with Larson Ford, the number 1 seed in the JSBL playoffs. RKE with a win last night in the opening round. They lead right now by 2.
First quarter leading scorers. Jesse Jones with 15 for Larson, Gage Day with 8 for RKE.
Nice job by Nick Davidson to get the basket. Morton with a triple. Leith will clear the rebound.
Justin Leith was the league leading rebounder in the JSBL this year.
Easy finish by Damon Garrett. O'Garrow pulls down the loose ball off the Neville Joseph miss. O'Garrow bumped on his way, and it'll be a non-shooting foul. Semifinal number 1, Orthopedic Institute of Central Jersey 104, Stearns Trailers 98. Big performance in the second half from Rani superstar Scotty Lewis, who finished with 20. Clifford Pollard from FDU entering for his collegiate teammate Tyrone O'Garrow. Inside Davidson, turnaround baseline, hit the top of the backboard but stayed in. In transition, this is going to be an easy lay-in for Jermaine Morris.
Nice pass by Isaiah Morton, hitting him perfectly on the run.
Long 3, that's off the mark, but then put back in by Davidson. 2 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Morton curling around. Had a high screen setup. Loose ball tipped to Leaf. In transition, Pollard running the floor. Count it and one.
Strong finish by Pollard. Got the roll.
Free throw to finish off the three-point play by Pollard is off the mark. RKE with their biggest lead so far tonight, 36-28. Nice turnaround by Sam Toney. Day can't get the three. Leaf keeps it alive.
And he is left-handed, and he uses his left hand well there.
Both of these teams, Greg, RK Athletic and Larson Ford, two pretty long and proud histories here in the JSBL.
Absolutely. Again, Larson has been in the league for 49 years. They've been here pretty much from the inception. RKE for 21 because right after the 2001 season, I started coaching my kids and I just didn't have time to do the team, but the owner's been prodding me for the last few years and we decided, I talked Teddy down at RKE, finally put the team back in the league.
6:45 remaining, 38-30. Toney. Pollard with the rebound. One pass quickly up court to Day. Jones driving and gets fouled as he was stuck underneath the backboard.
The first game seemed to drag a little because second half was quite a bit long. This one moving on, it seems at a much quicker pace.
6.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. RK leading by 8. RK 4-6 during the course of the regular season. You know, the rosters, which are something we've talked about, can be ever changing. They had a pretty big roster that started, a lot of guys not coming. That might actually make the job of Sean Gallagher easier.
In the end, it is. One of the problems RKE had early in the year, Gage missed a couple of games along with Mason Jones, and he was playing lineups with 4 big guys at a time in a league that their bigs were running out of gas in the fourth quarter. Now, with the addition of Tyrone O'Gara, who he picked up about 10 days ago, has really given him a little bit more speed on the perimeter where they can match up with these teams better.
Neville Joseph with the drive. We've got a timeout with 5:47 remaining. So as we talk about the rosters, O'Gara has the little asterisk next to his name. It says playoff exception. What's that mean in the JSBL?
To play in the playoffs in the JSBL, you need to play 3 regular season games. He only played 2. So anybody that plays 1 game is allowed to be your exception, but each team only gets 1, and he was the chosen exception for them.
Could you have a guy that didn't play in any games and be a playoff exception?
The only way that would occur is, like, instance, Matt Farrell was on the RKE roster. He played in the Vegas Summer League for the Miami Heat. Had he missed the whole season but was rostered in the beginning and he was an NBA player, they would make an exception and allow him to play. Unfortunately, he hurt his ankle out there and he just signed an overseas contract, so he wasn't able to play with RKE this summer. We tried to get him in, but it just didn't work out.
I'll wait for the call from somebody in between tonight and Thursday. I'm going to be the playoff exception, having never played in the league. Backdoor cut and a finish by Gage Day. Coming up on the midpoint of the second quarter, 41-32. .524 remaining in the second. RKE having their biggest lead tonight. It is 9. Winner of this one will get Orthopedic Institute of Central Jersey, the 3 seed, who knocked out Stearns Trailer in the first semifinal, 104-98. Collins is fouled. And we'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Interesting tidbit. Back in 1988, when the league left the headliner and moved up to Birch Hill, it first became NCAA sanctioned. That year, all the owners got together and they actually had a draft. Being the fact in those days that the college players weren't under the control of their coaches in the summer programs, we had quite a few players from quite a few colleges to come in. One of the players that RKE drafted back in those days was Mark Brown from Siena, son of Charlie Brown, the coach of Larson Ford. Mark played 3 or 4 years with RKE throughout his college career. Now the times have changed. Charlie Brown is coaching in the league, and Mark Brown is now the head coach at NJCU. Has his dad's old job.
That's the way it goes. It's a never-ending clock of back and forth. Collins, easy finish, right side.
Actually, Mark was down at the game last week, and I actually had a chance to talk to him. Terrific college player.
Teams matching baskets. It's back to a 7-point advantage for RKE. Jones can't get that to go. Putback is tipped up by Youssef, no good also. O'Gara, not sure that ball was intended for him, but he got it nonetheless and gets the finish.
One thing about Tyrone is he has some terrific hops, and without a real 5 on the floor for Larson, he gets the ball down low in the paint. He may miss it, but it's not going to get blocked.
Started his career at Monmouth, finished it at FDU. Nice defensive job by
Cliff
Charlie Pollard.
Yeah, Cliff Pollard. He did it. He did it. I tell you, he didn't give up position there. He made the offensive player work, and refs let him play through.
It's Neville Joseph who is down. Looks like we're going to get a timeout on the floor. Also, Joseph is up 45-36. Tonight's game presented by Patriot Mortgage, the official sponsor of the JSBL. If you have dreams, they have solutions. Patriot Mortgage, committed to offering only the highest quality professional service to their mortgage clients, realtors, and associates. Visit patriotmortgageforyou.com. Charlie Brown is out, giving it to 2 of the 3 referees that were in earshot. He's been unhappy a couple of times with the way the game has been called. 45-36 it sits right now.
Looking at the final league stats, Sam Toney for Larson averaged 30.1 a game. Neville Joseph, 26.5 a game. And Jesse Jones, 22 points a game. A lot of firepower for Larson Ford. That RKE's done a fine job holding to under 40 points with just under 4 to go in the first half.
Day, a step back 3. That's good. First double-digit lead for anybody tonight. It's RKE who's up by 12. Turn around by Toney, no good. Day again starting to heat up from inside and out.
You know, Matt, that's one thing he does really well. Like, only 6'2", really does a terrific job going to the basket. Very deceiving. And that's the pass you want to avoid.
It's the pass I want to avoid.
and we actually did a great job because that was right over both of our heads.
We got to make it a whole season with this equipment, right? We can't have anything happen. 50-36. Arcade with a 14-point lead. Maybe a little bit of a surprise on the top seed, Larson Ford. Step back by Day again. Feeling it.
Number 5, Isaiah Morton, is really not a great matchup for Day. He doesn't have enough length to alter his shot from 3.
That was 17-point edge. Tough shot forced by Tony. He'll get his own rebound back. Blocked at the rim. That time a whistle will come. Foul is going to go on Gage Day. Just the third team foul of the quarter for RKE. Second one on Day. 2:32 remaining. It is 53-36. Watching the game tonight live at ShoreSportsNetwork.com, the Jersey Shore Basketball League semifinals. Collins trying to change gear. O'Garo gets called for a blocking foul.
Cut him off at the baseline. Just a little too much contact right in front of the official. Still, both teams are one away from the penalty, which we'll be shooting on the next foul either way.
Morton hopping in the lane, kicks to Collins. Jones open from 3. He was making that earlier. Not on that one. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Day trying to look over the top for Davidson. It was deflected out.
Yeah, Larson player looked like they might have got a hand on it. Still 14 seconds on the shot clock.
Leaf off a double. Davidson no good. Ball comes tipped right into the hands of Day.
And Justin Leaf, number 30, kept the ball alive, and Day in the right spot at the right time for the putback.
Jones on the drive got bumped.
By Jones.
Jones on Jones. Mason Jones defending. Jesse Jones to the free throw line.
So, Matt, I take it this is your first night at the JSBL this summer.
This summer, yes. Happy to be back. Growing up, would love to come watch the games.
Between your 100 jobs?
Yep. It's a great tradition of basketball here at the Jersey Shore. 1969?
1960, yeah, 1969.
That one off the miss goes over the backboard from Damon Garrett.
'69 at Jerry Lynch's. Nothing finer than watching a hoop game down there, fog coming off the beach, the bar open underneath downstairs, and people hanging out the windows watching the ball game.
Morton's open from 3. Way off the mark.
And Bob Verga banking him in on those backboards with holes in it from all angles.
15 on the shot clock. This is O'Garo down inside. Davidson gets fouled. What's the biggest crowd you can remember at a JSBL game?
The biggest crowd that I remember, and I can't, and again, it was probably in the late '80s. RKE played Larson Ford, and Keith Glass was a young agent at the time, and he brought Scott Skiles to play for RKE, and they played a Larson Ford team with Pearl Washington, with Walter Berry, and company. And the game was at the Headliner. The place was packed. People were standing on cars and vans to watch the game, and it was an unbelievable scene. And Larson won that game that night, but it was unbelievable. Now I'm sure there were other terrific crowds. I mean, at Lynch's, the bleachers weren't big, but people were standing almost on Ocean Avenue to watch those games. It was quite a thing to do. And again, you couldn't beat, I guess, the ambiance and the scene, down there in those days.
Crazy to think that the league was outdoors for that many years.
Again, the only reason it actually got indoors the 3 years that we played at Birch Hill.
That's Gage Day off the inbound.
The 3 years we played at Birch Hill, we had so many thunderstorms, the league would have folded if it didn't come indoors. And Mike Robertson, the AD at St. Rose at the time, and the commissioner of the JSBL in those days, brought it back here to play at St. Rose High School.
10 seconds remaining in the first half. From the corner, that one rolling around the rim, unlucky for Garrett. And then a loose ball foul comes with 6.3 seconds remaining.
Which will be a shooting foul here, because loose ball foul is not an offensive foul, and it'll be 2 shots.
As we learned in the first game, and if you're any kind of fan of the JSBL, long way to go in this one with the second half still coming up, despite the big lead from RKE.
Undoubtedly.
Free throw no good. Off the miss from Jermaine Morris.
Free throws really can come back to haunt you. Looking back on the first game of the doubleheader tonight, Stearns missed 5 big free throws in that fourth quarter and was probably the difference in the game.
Jones bypasses the 3, gave it off there to Sam Toney. That will take us to the end of our first half. 60-41. Put it in the books right now, at least for RKE. They lead by 19 at the break. We will take a quick timeout. When we return, we'll get you up and running for the start of the third quarter. We are back here. It is halftime of the second semifinal. It is RKE Athletic leading Larson Ford by a score of 60-41. Special interview down on the court. A pair of Monmouth Hawks, 2 of the best in MU history.
And I am surrounded by greatness. Thank you, Matt. To my left, Justin Robinson. To my right, Ron Cornegie. These guys kind of followed the same path. Now, Ron was an all-time great at Monmouth College and a standout in the JSBL. Justin, an all-time great at Monmouth University and a standout at the JSBL. So we'll go age before beauty first, and we'll go to the commissioner of the league, Ron Cornegie. First of all, great playoffs tonight. What a great way to end the season. Upset in the opener, and maybe an upset here.
Well, I tell you, the league has been great all season. We've had great games. All the teams are very, very competitive, and that type of thing is going to happen. I said from the beginning of the year, this year, out of the 3 years I've been commissioner, this is the best we've had.
All right, so you've been around this thing going back to the early days, the outdoor days. Tell me about the JSBL today. A different type of player, but as we watch tonight, boy, a lot of talent.
Well, a lot of talent, more athletic, I think, than when we played. But I think what you're getting now, you're getting the college players more involved in the league. Before, it was a lot of professional players, some college players. Now we get more college players and less professional.
Of course, you're a longtime coach, so give me a scouting report on stopping this guy to my left because nobody's figured it out yet.
Well, I'll tell you, I've watched him play for 4 years. I've seen him grow from a boy into a man, and I don't think anybody can stop him. He's got quickness, he's got shooting ability, he can pass the ball, so he makes it difficult for any defense to play him.
You don't even mind the fact that he broke your records, do you?
Well, no, I mean, it's all in the game. I had it for 35 years, so something like that didn't bother me at all, especially if it's just.
All right, so here we are with Justin Robinson. I know you're disappointed, got knocked out of the playoffs. You were held to 43 last night, as someone said, but you come back to watch tonight. But it was another great summer for you here in the JSBL.
I mean, I come out here and just try to have fun. That's what it's all about for me anyways, is having fun. Get to see some of the fans that I played in front of for the last 4 years. Get to see them, shake their hands, say hello, give them the opportunity to see me play in person again, as you know I'm overseas.
And you know what everyone says about you is you play, you never come out, you play your heart the entire time you're in the game.
Well, when I was younger, I watched the Michael Jordan video, and he stated that if there was one person in the crowd that could have been their last time or their first time watching Michael Jordan play, that he wanted it to be the best time watching him play. So I've lived by that every time I stepped on the floor to just play my hardest because I never know if it's someone's first time or last time seeing me play, so I want to leave the best impression that I possibly can.
Well, you certainly do. Your second year of playing pro basketball overseas. You'll be in France this year, right?
Yep, I'm going to France, Pro A.
When do you leave for that?
I'll leave August 7th.
Excited about this? It's a great opportunity for you?
It's a great opportunity. It's a very good league. Tony Parker owns the best team in the league, so there's NBA scouts in there night in and night out. The dream is to come back and play in America, but it's all in God's hands, and with his timing, so hopefully it'll happen.
How big of an adjustment is it to play overseas for you?
It's a tremendous adjustment. It's harder to play over there than it is to play over here. You got different time schedules, different time changes, different flights and all that stuff. And on top of that, the rules are different, so you have to adjust and adapt. But at the end of the day, basketball is basketball.
Well, both these guys gave us thrills at Monmouth College and University and in the JSBL. Wish you always the best of luck. Great seeing you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Commissioner Cornegy, another great job. Thanks for everything.
Thank you very much, Kevin. It's a pleasure.
Couple of great Hawks, always flying high. Back to you guys.
All right, Kevin, appreciate it. Certainly nice to see Justin Robinson swing by the JSBL on his way before he leaves to go overseas to France. You talk about his performance the last couple of games in the league, of which he had 50-50. That was kind of a commonplace, and a great performance last night in what turned out to be a loss in the playoffs.
He actually scored 60 against RKE in the last regular season game, in a game that RKE won. And last night in the playoff game, he had 43 in the loss. And after the game, I spoke to Tyler Schmeltz, who was the head coach of Seaview, and he said Tyrone O'Garo did a phenomenal job holding him, down. And I said, yeah, but he scored 43. And he goes, yeah, but if he didn't play him, he'd have had 55, and it was a 2-point game. So again, I mean, he's really unstoppable and a pleasure to watch. And Seaview, again, down a couple of big guys this year. He just didn't have the accompaniment he's had in the past, and it probably hurt him. But by far, watching players like him and hopefully Scotty Lewis and maybe Brian Antoine in the future in this league will really generate the young guys and a new generation of basketball for basketball fans at the Jersey Shore.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun as we continue here in the second half. RKE is leading Larson Ford. One more spot to go in the semifinals. Winner tonight gets Orthopedic Institute of Central Jersey. That game's going to be Thursday at 8 o'clock. Always in the final, you know that there's going to be a good crowd here.
Yeah, and you want to get a seat. You want to get here early. Now, stats in the first half: Gage Day leading RKE with 23 and 4 assists. Davidson with 10 points, and number 30 Justin Leith with 11 rebounds, leading the way for RKE. Jesse Jones with 17, but he had 15 in the first quarter. 3-point shooting, RKE 7 for 21, where Larson's 4 for 18, but Jones has got 3 of them. The rest of the team 1 for 11 from 3. So they're going to have to knock a few down in the second half, and again, try to cut this down under 10 by the end of the quarter.
20 minutes of basketball remaining as they play 4 10-minute quarters here in the JSBL. We get a foul right off the outset for Larson Ford, and it is Jesse Jones who will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, his only points in the second quarter were the 2 free throws he knocked down. And as we saw in the first game, yeah, it's 19-point lead at the halftime. Nothing safe.
Jones makes it 60-43, 17-point game. RKE's biggest lead in that first half was 22. Tony lost the handle on the way up. Foul coming, it looked like on Day. And we've got offensive interference.
Yeah, the ball was still on the top of the rim when O'Garo tipped it home. Rebounds and turnovers in the first half. RKE out-rebounded Larson 29-21, and Larson turned the ball over 7 times to RKE's 4. So statistically,
that one way off the mark from Jones. Fortunate his team was there to lay it back up and in.
Yeah, Ish Raymond with the putback.
There's O'Garo going right back down, right side of the lane to lay it up and in. O'Garo with the block, doing it on both ends. O'Garo having words with Tony. There's players down on the floor. They're going to be separated.
Again, Sam Tony, number 3 scorer in the league, played 9 games, averaged 30.1 per game, and is struggling a little bit here tonight. Now you know there's some trash talking out on the floor because it's part of the game.
Still is right now.
Oh, so the gray shirts are going to do their best to calm them down, because if not, coaches are going to have these guys take a seat.
O'Garo was called for a technical foul, and Sam Tony was called for a technical foul.
Now, that's probably 2 of the best players. Tony's been the star for Larson this year, and O'Garo's been the player that's given them a lift the last 10 days or so. So both coaches don't want to lose either player. So they're going to need to behave themselves for the next quarter plus.
Neville Joseph handing off Jones. Inside was deflected. That's a pretty shrewd pickup by RK Athletic, grabbing Tyrone O'Garo late in the regular season.
Hey, listen, you got to give all the credit to Sean Gallagher, head coach, GM, pick him up, sign him up.
3 by Jesse Jones.
And I tell you, one of the reasons I stopped coaching this league, I coached in the days before the iPhones, and to get my players, and most of them were from out of the area. Justin Leith when I finished. It was not an easy task of getting these guys to come to the ball games, because you constantly had to keep them open. And when we played outdoors, it was even crazier because you had all the rainouts.
Good spin on the way to the basket by Kareem Collins. Contact out inside. Foul is called on Davidson. It's going to be his second.
I was over at the scores table during the halftime interview talking to Rich Conover, JSBL, longtime stat guru, and one of the things he informed me of is that Larson Ford is the percentage-wise worst three-point shooting team in the league. Now, I've been in a ton of games, and I didn't know that statistic.
That's why you have him around.
And I tell you, you need to have almost an interpreter to read his stat sheets, because he does it the old-fashioned way. Yellow legal pad, and Little crosses, X's, and lines all over the place.
Leaf from 3. Too strong. O'Gara kicked it out to Mason Jones, who got it back and rings up a 3.
Terrific return pass from Gage Day. He had an open shot, but Jones had a better one, and he made it. Nice pass right back to him.
Lead back 20 plus, 69-48. Joseph's 3 answers back. Good battle there between Neville Joseph and Gage Day. And then we've got a foul coming forward on Ish Raymond.
He went right through Justin Leith, and they're going to call it every time. Pro rules require shot clocks, which are 24 seconds, where the college is 30 to 24 in the JSBL. On fouls like that, they're reset to 14 seconds. And I believe they're going to be doing something like that in the college ranks this year. It's not going to be a full 30-second reset in college. It's a rule I believe they changed. I don't know if it's going to be 15 or 20, but it's not going to reset the full 30 in college this year.
That foul on Raymond was his 4th. He checked out. Inside of 7 minutes remaining. Jones with a nice little up and under move. Leith banging bodies inside, soft lefty.
Leith, wide body, shoulder to shoulder. If he gets in on you, it's really difficult to block his shot. You really would like a little bit more space there, and he pinned the defensive player to his right shoulder and threw it up with the left hand and in.
Foul is on O'Gara. That is his 3rd. Free throw is short by Neville Joseph. Makes the second, 71-54. A lot of dribbling by Mason Jones. Ball was out of play. It'll be Larson Ford to get possession.
Too much dribbling by Mason there. No place to go. Got to pass the rock.
First shot no good by Joseph. Put back by Youssef, no good. And Larson Ford gets a 3rd crack. Sam Toney unable to put it down. Kareem Collins keeps it alive.
And looks like the ball was off Collins. And Larson not able to take advantage of the multiple opportunities on the last possession.
Davidson, the catch and shoot 3.
Toney trying to do a little too much by himself.
Day, the floater in the lane. RKE right now putting on quite the display, matching their biggest lead of the night. It's 22. I think we're going to get a timeout by Larson Ford. They need to talk it over a little bit. 5:09 to go in the 3rd.
And that was a very needed timeout by Charlie Brown there. Now Gage Day, the leading scorer for RKE, played with for the Fort Wayne Mad Ants in the NBA G League, and then the Sheffield Sharks in England. He also played professionally in Australia, and he was the all-time leading scorer at Bloomfield with 2,518 points. played at St. Mary's of Elizabeth High School, New Jersey, and you see where he gets his offensive game because he's been scoring forever.
Well, listen, if you can put it in, it's usually something that doesn't go away. Larson Ford possession off the timeout. Backdoor cut by Jones. He'll get it, and he's fouled. Where would be Larson Ford beat tonight without Jesse Jones?
He is the one shining light in the Forest right now because he's keeping him in the game. And yeah, and I know they're down 20, but still 15 minutes left to go in this contest. And all it takes is a couple of missed foul shots and a cold streak to shoot yourself out of the ball game.
Right now we are at exactly the midpoint of the third. That free throw makes it a 19-point advantage, 76-57. Day gets bumped on his way to the rim by Neville Joseph. Our game tonight presented by Patriot Mortgage, the official sponsor of the JSBL. If you have dreams, they have solutions. Patriot Mortgage committed to offering only the highest quality professional service to their mortgage clients, realtors, and associates. Visit patriotmortgageforyou.com. With Greg Capalco, I'm Matt Harmon. Tonight's broadcast at ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
Matt, I tell you, Shore Sports Network, I believe, is going to have a terrific fall and winter season. Again, I watched the video of the football game. It was terrific. It looks like you guys might have a winner here with the playing football coverage and playing basketball coverage over the wintertime.
Well, it's easy when we've got the staff that we do. Kevin Williams, the sports director of the Shore Sports Network. Tom Tremblay and Brad Bioroscano, our technical guys. Looking forward to getting back to it on the high school side of the gridiron. Our first game will be prior to Labor Day weekend, as there's a couple of games going on, what they call Week 0.
Yeah, the Week 0.
We will broadcast one of those. We've got Brick Memorial and Central Regional on deck for that first one.
The Central Regional coach, Justin Fremundo, is actually married to my niece. And that conference, his conference schedule looks to be loaded this year. He's going to have his hands full.
Rebound inside by Pollard. Had it taken away. Joseph quickly up court. Foul in transition. Joseph missing the first of a pair. Second one is good. 4:10 remaining in the third. Possession will be kept for RKE. Who, Greg, for the most part in this third quarter, at least up until now, they've avoided that inevitable run that every team has by Larson Ford.
Well, it's not that Larson's not trying. They're trapping the ball up high.
Leith on the baseline, too much.
And Morton Cole with the reach-in, stripping number 32 for RKE, Nick Davidson from Bloomfield. Still not in the penalty for Larson, so it will be a side out.
Leith will put it in play after he grabs a towel from one of his teammates and drives the ball off. Pollard can't get the finish, but fights to get it back.
Pollard's given RKE some nice minutes off the bench tonight.
Morton in transition, got down the floor before anybody else did. If you're just joining us, RKE is in the darker of the blue uniforms. Larson Ford in the light blue. Open three for Garrett. No good. Here comes Jones in transition. Leaves it off for Neville Joseph, who gets the finish.
Yeah, Larson's now trying to take the ball out of Gage Day's hands. Now as he's crossing half court, they're running a weak side double, and they're forcing RKE to speed up the game when they probably want to slow it down a little bit and use the shot clock. Last two possessions, they did a nice job with it and shaved that 19-point lead down to 16. Interesting tidbit here. Number one, Jesse Jones from Larson Ford, University of Bridgeport, where he scored 14 points a game as a senior, played professionally for the Jersey Express. He's also the founder of Filay, that's F-I-L-A-Y-Y-Y movement, where he's famous on Instagram with over 924,000 followers for sports highlight voiceovers. His followers include Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, and many other professional athletes. So he's a little celebrity in his own right.
Gonna have to look that up.
Very engaging fella, terrific kid.
Sitting right there to put it back in is Justin Leith.
And RKE still owning the backboards.
Teams trading baskets here. Loose ball foul is called on Larson Ford.
Yeah, number 10, Sam Toney.
That's his fourth.
His fourth, and I guess that's going to put number 15, Garrett from RK, Damon Garrett, at the line for a pair.
Sam Toney arguing that he wasn't even around the ball when the foul was called. Lead back to a comfortable 18 for RKE.
That and $1 will get you an iced tea at Dunkin' Donuts.
2:15 remaining. Morton on the drive. Lost it. And a travel back the other way.
That's one where the two blue jerseys caused the turnover.
Yep.
The light blue UCLA versus the royal blue for an original Golden State color, actually. I think Garrett looked up the floor and saw a blue shirt and got called for the travel. Have to talk to Ted about that down at RKE. Maybe he'll get them white ones for next year.
Need a new setup. Good take to the rim. Strong move by Sam Toney. Less than 2 minutes to go in the third.
A lot of contact.
There's Day with a third quarter dagger.
That was a NBA range bomb.
Looks even bigger on the smaller court. You take like 2 steps over midcourt, and for a lot of these guys, that's shooting range.
It absolutely is. Matter of fact, last year in Seaview Jeep's run to the title, Justin Robinson hit a couple, probably 1 step over half court. I mean, multiple times in the championship game.
$87-70 as we come up on 1:35 remaining in the third quarter. Davidson, good ball fake. And rewarded with a pair.
RKE scored a lot of points most of the season this year. They were one of the highest, if not the highest, scoring team in the JSBL. But they also were the worst defensive team in the league this year. Tonight, it's a little different so far.
Tony responded back with a 3 to make it a 16-point deficit. Davidson trying to answer back with a 3 of his own. Then comes in and commits the foul on Ish Raymond.
That's not a foul you really want to commit there because, you know, with both teams in the bonus now, that foul in the backcourt leads to 2 free throws for your opponent.
Exactly a minute remaining in the third. It will be Raymond at the foul line, missing the first. Last minute of play here in the third. Garrett backing his man down. Morton trying to speed it up. Joseph to fade away.
Nice crossover, didn't get it to fall.
Grabbed here by Day in transition. Less than a half minute to go. See if RKE tries to hold for one.
There's about a 3-second or 3.5-second difference on the shot clock. If they do,
Leith with it. Shot clock to 4. Too much contact on it, but the shot clock didn't expire. Now it does. There's a loose ball that came to Davidson. He couldn't get anything off.
yeah, the ball needed to make contact with the rim there. It actually was an air ball, hence shot clock violation.
2.3 remaining.
Should be reset, I believe, to 3.5, but let's see what they do.
And we'll leave it as is. Morton, the catch going up court at the end of the third. No good. So RKE, who led by 19 at the halftime break, right now lead by 15, 89-74. We step out for a quick break, come back for the start of the fourth quarter. This is the JSBL semifinals, ShoreSportsNetwork.com. Our doubleheader tonight presented by Patriot Mortgage, the official sponsor of the JSBL. If you have dreams, they have solutions. Patriot Mortgage committed to offering only the highest quality professional service to their mortgage clients, realtors, and associates. Visit patriotmortgageforyou.com.
So Gage Day with the basketball leads RKE with 30. Jesse Jones.
Make it 33 for Day.
Jesse Jones with 27 leading Larson. And that's exactly what RKE wanted to start the period.
Back the other direction is Sam Toney. 92-77. Shot clock not rolling right now. The shot clock is stuck. That whole possession, it wasn't moving.
Well, they sure as could be got it off within 24 seconds. A little bit of too much dribbling by Mason Jones, but he got the roll.
There's Tony again, back-to-back threes to open up the quarter. Day harassed by Joseph up court.
Again, Larson's still looking to double.
O'Garo didn't play much in that third, should be fresh for the fourth, and gets a big bucket with that big wingspan.
Beautiful spin move down in the lane.
Off the mark there by Tony. O'Garo the last to touch.
Larson still maintains possession as Jesse Jones got a brief little blow on the bench, and he's back in the ball game to see if he can cut this deficit for Larson under 10 here over the next couple of minutes.
O'Garo will check out. Was grimacing as he went past us. Tony, who's at the hot hand. Day takes it away. Goes behind his back with 3 light blue jerseys. Great ball fake on the way to the rim by Mason Jones.
And that was with authority.
Puts his team back up by 18. 2 minutes and a little bit more gone by. 7:50 remaining in the fourth. And a loose ball foul coming on Larson Ford.
I remember when Mason Jones was a senior at Manchester High School, and he put on a show one day at Neptune High School with moves pretty close to that back when he was in high school. He still has it.
Day bringing it up court.
A lot of contact out there, and the refs are actually letting them play through it.
Davidson, turnaround. 2 teammates from Bloomfield. Back the other way, Jones a little short. And a loose ball foul called down inside.
Neville Joseph over the back.
Timeout has been taken by Larson Ford. Just a 20-second timeout, 7:22 remaining. RKE into triple digits. They lead by 20 right now, 100-80. Gage Day has put together a great performance, but still when you look at it, Gray, you've gotten good games out of Leith. You've gotten good games out of Davidson, Jones, O'Garo, Pollards, and Damon Garrett. All of these guys for RKA have really contributed tonight.
Well, you know, tonight they're moving the ball pretty well. There was a lot early in the season, you know, I guess, and that's, I guess, how these summer leagues go. You know, everybody's trying to get theirs a little bit, but tonight they're playing probably the best team game that they played all year, because Larson Ford has been a dominant team for the most part the entire season. Again, both of their losses were very tight losses this year, and they've really out-physicaled most of the teams they played.
In transition, Pollard has it. Picked back up by Davidson. In the lane, no good. Leith keeps it alive. There's that lefty little hook shot, no good. Jones with everybody back defensively for RKE. .650 to go in the fourth. Mason Jones is fouled. That'll be the third team foul on Larson. So as I look at the RKE roster, I count 8 guys on the roster not here tonight. How many of those guys could be here on Thursday?
Probably not a lot. Again, some guys, as the season going on, guys' playing time dwindle and they kind of stop coming. That's kind of what happens in the league. On the other hand, you look at orthopedic tonight, and they had 12 guys in uniform tonight, which they only have 12 uniforms, so they couldn't have played any more than they had.
I'd like that. I heard John Kaminsky say that to you. We were trying to get the last number of one other player. Well, I only got one jersey left, so You better get here if you want it.
Well, one of the things that new for the 2018 JSBL season, we have an updated website and a Twitter handle, and it's really done a terrific job, getting the word out from social media.
In transition, Larson Ford will get a much-needed 2 from Neville Joseph.
Again, if you're following the JSBL, we had the box scores up. We had the scoring leaders are in there. Full schedules up. You can look at your phone. I guess we tried to arrive in the 21st century, which a lot of leagues like this just don't have the time or personnel to do that. One thing about the JSBL, the sponsor fees are not inexpensive, but it's a non-profit league. It's sanctioned by the NCAA, and everyone here, it's a full-paid staff. Scores table the same. Officials are high quality. Division I or pro, aspiring, guys that want to move up in level. Everyone that works here basically gets paid for the enjoyment of the fans, and there is no omission.
Good move by Sam Toney. 101-85 at the under 6. Nice backdoor cut. There's Day again. He's been the story of the game for RKE. Jones through the lane. No good. We have the magic touch for Larson Ford early and finds it here with a 3.
Still a ton of time to go in this ball game. 5.5 to go.
Day, a catch, and almost got it to go.
Looking for the foul, but didn't get it.
Lead is 15. There's Pollard committing a foul. That's the first, if the scoreboard's right, that's the first foul of the quarter for RKE.
Well, Larson trailing by 15 at this point in time has really upped their game defensively. That's why they're in the bonus. RKE's trying to spread the floor a little bit, and they haven't had to be overly aggressive at this point on defense in the quarter. As the game tightens up, you'll bet to see both teams really sucking it up to play tight defense the rest of the way here.
And so the 2018 season, Greg, of the JSBL, here tonight, Thursday, with the final. Tell me 2019, what could be some possible changes that you could see in the league looking ahead?
Well, our goal is to get 2 more teams to get back to 8 teams. That's one thing. The second thing, we had a terrific night the night that Team Rio came in to bring the younger team in, and it gave the fans a real show. We're going to try to get 1 or 2 more exhibitions on tap for next year to bring some young, rising, potential college players coming up. We're going to try to make more inroads with some of the Division I teams in the state. Shaheen Holloway, ex-JSBL player, is now the coach at St. Peter's. Kevin Willard, the coach at Seton Hall, was roommates of an ex-RKE player, Jason Mayle, who played for a number of years down here at Pitt. We're going to try to get a more Seton Hall and a more Rutgers presence in the league as much as it'll allow. And again, the Jersey Shore is a big fan base for the New Jersey universities. Hopefully speaking, we can get more players so they'll get more fans for their games during the college season.
It's Sam Toney, who right now is keeping Larson Ford alive. The lead, which was once 22, is now down to 13.
Larson's really upping it defensively.
Shot clock to 6. Day had to take that 3. Unfortunate. Here comes Jones right down the lane.
So RKE's going to a little bit more of a half-court game down, slowing it down, and Larson, forcing tougher shots, is getting better runouts.
It's going to be an offensive foul, an easy call to make as Mason Jones going to argue that the defender was down inside that restricted area.
He probably was just on the outside of it, and again, being the fact we're playing on a high school court, the high school and college lanes are 12 feet with a 3-foot charge circle. in the NBA, it's 15-foot lanes with a 4-foot charge circle. Again, pro rules, that's probably a block, but here it's a charge.
4:28 remaining. A bucket here for Larson Ford will tighten it up. Jones takes it. Day grabs the loose ball.
Sean Gallagher and company looking for this clock to speed up, and Coach Brown wants the seconds to tick off slow as can be. Great defense.
It's Neville Joseph who's got Day. Tried to draw the foul, didn't come. Jones again down the lane. Right side runner is good. Two guys over 30 tonight. Day for RKE, Jones for Larson Ford.
And just like we figured, it was going to get under 10 at some point this quarter.
Here's Jones hanging, and a foul coming in.
Wow.
On Ish Raymond. I think that is going to be his 5th.
Much needed break for RKE.
Well, actually, they changed the foul. It's going to be on Jones.
Much needed break for RKE, no matter who they called it on, because they've been struggling offensively the last 3-4 possessions, and they desperately needed to get to the foul line. Now, Jones needs to knock him down.
Missed the first.
Again, the free throw line was really the Achilles heel in the first game for Stearns, missing 5 big fourth-quarter free throws. To maintain their lead, RKE is going to need to make a few.
Some of the crowd that has stuck around is clear in the Larson Ford court of things.
Jones looking for that 3 ball.
There it is. 103-97, a 2-possession game. Jones, little hop step in the lane. No good. RKE's gone cold.
Gone cold and have really gone down to play.
Jones no good. Put back no good. 3rd attempt no good.
Big rebound.
Loose ball comes to Davidson.
RKE playing a lot of one-on-one basketball, and it's really not working. Another run out here. Good foul.
Be the 3rd team foul coming on RKE with 2:51 remaining in the 4th.
Coach Gallagher needs a real timeout just about now, because right now too much one-on-one going on the floor. It's not that smooth passing game we saw earlier in the ball game when they were in control.
Tony.
You know, Tony and James have been really hot here in the 4th quarter.
Step back from Sam. Tony is good. 1-possession game. 103-100. RKE desperate for a bucket. It's been Day who's carried the load for him tonight. Here comes a double.
And with
timeout.
With 2:20 to go in the game, you can't ask for a better game. This is 2 good ones we've had in a row, actually.
Orthopedic Institute of Central Jersey beat Stearns trailer 104-98 in the first game of the night. So Ortho was waiting the winner of this one. Larson Ford, the #1 seed after going 8-2 in the regular season. RKE trying to pull the upset. They are the 4 seed, went 4-6 in their 10 games. You know, we talked about the roster for RKE being on the light side tonight. They only dressed 7. O'Gara's been hurt, so they're down really to 6 guys.
Yeah, O'Gara on the bench has probably been the difference why Larson is actually back in the game. He was doing it on both ends of the court for them, and Peyton Weiner had to work tonight. He had a huge game last night for them. Had like 30 last night in their win against Seaview.
Here's Day. He gets grabbed by Joseph. This is going to be a shooting foul with 2:20 remaining.
And Gage, one of the better free throw shooters in the league, is going to have a pair here.
I say that RKE Athletic only dressed 7. I don't count Sean Gallagher, the head coach, who does wear a uniform.
And he's played a few minutes this year, but Sean would be better in a suit and tie right now.
I don't think he wants to put himself into this game tonight.
Probably not, but he still contends he can still make the 3.
Big free throws for Gage Day. Makes the first. Checking back in is Cliff Pollard.
Yeah, I'm taking a look down at the RKE bench, and I don't even see O'Gara on the bench right now. Might be in the trainer's room.
Second one by Day, also good. 105-100. Quickly back the other direction is Neville Joseph. That's a wild shot. Loose ball is grabbed by Mason Jones. Good ball fake by Leaf to get up court.
Again, you don't have to scramble that much on defense here. You do have a 24-second shot clock, which there's only 9 seconds on.
Make it 7 with Jones pulling up. Back iron, no good. 2-on-1. Tony went for the jam and didn't get it. Got his own rebound back. Missed that also. Pollard comes away with a loose ball and a foul.
Wow, that was real tough action, as Tony really was very unlucky on both of those shots. O'Gara is now back on the RKE bench. Now, for our fans that aren't watching a summer league game, we are playing NBA rules. Any timeouts called now in the last 2 minutes of the game, teams will have an opportunity to advance the ball just beyond the half-court line to take it in. So after made baskets or timeouts, you can advance the ball. Big difference in the college game. That's a rule that I'd love to see put in the college game.
Would agree.
To advance the ball to half court in the last 2 minutes of the ball game.
Pollard's second, no good.
Missed free throws.
Here's Tony bringing it up court. Quick 3. It's good. Whoa, that was a quick trigger by Sam Tony.
And
will be Gage Day up court against Joseph. Shot clock to 12.
a lot of dribbling, not a lot of passing, one-on-one basketball.
Shot clock to 3. Day off the mark, wanted a foul. That was pretty good defense the whole sequence by Neville Joseph.
And this game's almost a reverse mirror of last night. RKE trailed the whole night, tied it up late in the game, and won it on a last-second free throw. Tonight it's Larson making the comeback.
60 seconds remaining. Tony, his 3 no good. Rebound tipped up. Raymond and Leaf both there. Last touched by RKE. 3 here for Larson Ford would give them the lead. RKE led by as many as 22 a couple of times tonight. Here is the tie scorer, Jesse Jones in the lane. 105-105. Foul coming on Neville Joseph will send Gage Day to the line.
Absolutely a foul there. Hacked him on the arm. Still, regardless, make or miss, 47 seconds, multiple possessions left for both teams. A lot of politicking going on out there, Matt.
Well, every call is extremely important right now. Day, who just made 2 of 2, misses the first one here.
Missed free throws, story of the first game. Could be the story of this one also.
Second one, good. 106-105. Fourth quarter with 45 seconds remaining. A spot in Thursday's final on the line. Here's Jones trying to run forward. Defended well by Day and Mason Jones. 14 on the shot clock.
14 on the shot clock, 37 seconds on the game clock. Tony and Jones are your guys. Jesse Jones, that's who you're looking for if you're Larson.
Tony had it, threw it back in for Jones. Deflected out by Mason Jones. Took 2 seconds off the shot clock, which is now down to 12. Baseline inbound. Joseph, last touch. That's going to be RKE basketball.
23-7 on the game clock, 24 seconds. The RKE cannot run out the clock. And with a 1-point lead, they're going to need to put the ball in the basket to give themselves a little bit of room. Larson looks like they're going to be applying some full court pressure here. Might not be a bad idea to take a timeout to move the ball up to half court.
Ball will be put in play by Mason Jones.
Now with pro rules, you have 8 seconds to get the ball over half court.
No problem there for Jones. Absorbs a little contact. Kicks out for Day. 12 on the shot clock, 20 on the game clock.
Terrific defense by Larson, and that shot clock's winding down.
Down to 5 right now. Here's the drive by Mason Jones. Too strong. Davidson gets it back, doesn't get a shot off. And Larson Ford will have it with 8.7 remaining and a chance to win it. Shot clock violation. I believe Charlie Brown wants to take a timeout.
Jones had a lane. Love to have a little replay here, but I guess that's going to be coming down the line,
That's
right?
part 2 of
That's
what
part
we'll be
two.
doing. Worst part about that drive for Jones wasn't necessarily a miss, that he didn't hit the rim at all.
Oh, absolutely. You got to get the rim there because, again, RKE had good defensive position. Davidson in perfect position to rebound it, where Larson would have had to foul if they got the rebound.
106-105. He's Greg Capalco. I'm Matt Harmon. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight at ShoreSportsNetwork.com. Been really a fun night. Orthopedic Institute of Central Jersey already in the final. We are less than 10 seconds away from finding out potentially who could join them in the final, as RKE Athletic is clinging right now to a 106-105 lead on the top seed, Larson Ford, and they're going to put the ball in play right now. Just to our left.
So team matchups, Mason Jones on Jesse Jones, and
Jones has it right now. Down to 6. On the drive. Hangs in the air. Count it! And 1. Gives Larson Ford the lead, and he's got a chance to throw one more on the board.
one of the differences in the game, what Larson did to take the ball out of Gage Day's hand, they doubled him over half court. RK did not do the same things and allowed Jesse to go one-on-one, and it's really difficult when you can't put your hands on the offensive player to stop him.
6th team foul on Mason Jones, so his night is done. 3 seconds remaining. Jones makes it 108-106, and a timeout has been taken by Sean Gallagher of RKE.
So RKE's 15-point lead going into the fourth quarter has evaporated as Larson has outscored them by 17 in the quarter. And with 3 seconds to go, doesn't look good. They're going to need a deuce to get to overtime or a 3 to pull it out.
It has been the combination of Sam Toney and Jesse Jones.
Larson enjoying a 34-17 edge here in the fourth quarter. and they've done it with terrific defense and some clutch shooting.
Well, what we've learned in this game versus our first game, the young guns, so to speak, of Orthopedic Institute of Central Jersey, whoever survives out of this, they're going to have a pretty rough go of it because these veteran teams seem to really be relishing in this moment.
Again, Jesse Jones, one of the finest guards in the league for the last couple of years, has really owned the fourth quarter tonight.
All right, here we go. Pollard will put it in play. A 2 ties it, a 3 will win it for RKE. Ball thrown in. Leith with it. Fires it up. No good. Caught! That will count at the buzzer. Damon Garrett on the backside of things on an air ball miss from Leith. Makes it 108-108.
Definitely got it in. Definitely got it in under the time constraints. Definitely was in before the buzzer. The question is, was there a push off or no push off? 3 referees, I'm sure they would have called it if they saw it. But again, you want the game to be decided on the court. And we have 3 more minutes of fun time.
All right, 3 minutes of overtime put up on the board.
RKE, though, down 2 starters with Mason Jones fouled out and O'Garrow on the bench with an injury. Even with that putback, Larson Ford still has the momentum. Again, outscoring RKE 34-19 in the fourth.
RKE had a lead of 22 a couple of times out of the night. 3 minutes put up. Pollard and Raymond jump center. It will be Larson Ford. Referee wants to take a couple of seconds off the clock.
Well, these 2 teams split during the regular season, both really tough games, and overtime.
Jones right back to work. Defended well by Garrett, but Jones got it back underneath. Damon Garrett, the hero for RK at the end of regulation. First bucket for Larson Ford. This is Gage Day slipping through. Open look for Garrett.
And RKE has just not been able to put the ball in the basket in the fourth quarter.
Back the other way.
And here in overtime.
Raymond makes it a 4-point advantage. 112-108. Day trying to slide forward for Pollard.
You know, as I said earlier in the broadcast, the JSBL most of the summer has been a guard league, and right now RKE is really playing with 1 guard because both 15 and 12 for RKE, that would basically be Garrett and Pollard are really forwards, and Leith and Davidson are also big guys too. So Larson really should be double teaming Day here.
Day lost it, got it back. Davidson's 3 was trying to draw a foul. Tony up court. He'll leave it off, and an easy lay-in for Jermaine Morris. All Larson Ford right here in the overtime. They've scored the first 6. Pollard will drive. Lost it on the way up. Jones gets the loose ball. Halfway through overtime, it is Larson Ford leading RKE Athletic 114 to 108.
So if RKE wants to stay in the game, this is a must stop for them. Another Larson bucket will turn it into a 3-possession ball game.
To reset both the game and shot clock, which now is ticking away at 125. Larson Ford with that runner. That one off the mark. Back the other way. RKE with a much-needed basket comes from Damon Garrett.
Well, that's one stop. Now they're going to need another. Still a 2-possession game.
Driving is Jones.
That matchup's not fair.
Not to be denied tonight. Jesse Jones, over 40. Leaf with the 3, top of the key.
It looks like RKE's out of gas now. Game was about a minute too long in regulation.
Off the steal, however, Garrett will get it and make it a 4-point deficit for RKE. Just about a 10-second differential between the game and the shot clock. Game clock to 20. Make it 16. On the drive, easy lay-in. That might be it. Larson Ford now leading by 6 with 13 seconds remaining.
Needed 3 on this possession.
Davidson knows it, but he took a 2. He did get fouled. That's a silly foul from Sam Toney.
Well, actually, you want him shooting a 2 in that possession. You really don't want to foul him because a 2, if you make it, is still a 2-possession game.
5.5 seconds remaining. Free throws coming for Nick Davidson.
Tell you, good effort by both of these teams. Both of them really played hard. Larson, terrific comeback in the fourth quarter. Great defensive pressure, taking Gage Day out of the game. And nobody else could get it done offensively for him.
Davidson's miss doesn't help the RKE cause. Tried to miss it. Timeout has been taken by Larson Ford. It is a 6-point game right now.
So Thursday night at 8 p.m., it looks like we're going to have a matchup. The Young Guns, Orthopedic Institute, with pretty much a college lineup against a very seasoned Larson Ford team with a very seasoned coach.
Should be very interesting. And Larson Ford with the likes of Sam Toney and the likes of Jesse Jones. Those guys put on quite a show tonight.
No, and actually they've been doing it. They've been doing it for a while now. Again, you know, Jesse's been here for a couple of years. A great player, a fun player to watch, and Toney had an outstanding year for Larson. And Larson, as a #1 seed, deserves to be here. Now, RKE, the veteran team, they play tough. Again, guard-orientated lead. Not enough guards in the lineup tonight. And I believe the O'Garo injury going down really hurt them because the momentum really switched when they lost his athletic ability on the floor.
Yep, I would agree. 4.4 remaining for Larson Ford, minus a foul from RKE. They just got to throw it in. Pollard almost stole it. thrown in and tapped out again. .7 remaining. It's thrown in again, tipped up, and that will do it. 118-112 in overtime. Larson Ford into the finals of the 2018 JSBL. Fun night of basketball. Thursday's final will be Orthopedic Institute of Central Jersey against Larson Ford, the #1 versus the #3 seed. Greg, 8 o'clock start.
8 o'clock start. If you want a good seat, you need to get here early. St. Rose only seats about 450. And generally speaking, the finals always draw well, just like the semifinals did tonight.
Should be a lot of fun. Want to thank our friends at Patriot Mortgage, the official sponsor of the JSBL. Tom Tremblay on the cameras tonight, 48 for Jones, 48 points for Jesse Jones tonight. Brad Biarascano, our technical producer, Mrs. Brad Biarascano on our camera work. For Greg Kupalko, I'm Matt Harmon. Thanks so much for joining us. Don't forget to show up on Thursday night here at St. Rose for the finals of the 2018 JSBL season. Great job tonight by all of the Shore Sports Network. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We'll see you down the road.